Hey everybody, welcome back again, and today we're going to do another unboxing and first impressions of a new figure that I just received today and has just come out, and that is going to be Magic Square's MS-04 Munitioner, which is their take on a G1 Swindle, which of course is one of the Combaticons and part of the forming Bruticus. So they're slowly releasing these figures, and this is the second one to come out after Brawl or MS-03 Heavy Gunner. So let's go ahead and get into this and take a look at it. First, we'll look at the box. It's got some pretty cool artwork on the front, very cartoon aesthetic as far as the artwork goes. So on the front, we've got a cartoon drawing of Swindle, and on the back, a really cool piece of artwork with a Jeep in the foreground with the bright sun in the background. So kind of cool artwork on this. And just to give you a little bit of background, this figure along with the Brawl are actually the very first two Magic Square figures that I've ever owned, either in Masterpiece scale or Legend scale. So interesting figures to say the least. So let's go ahead and get into this guy. We get him open. He's in obviously a plastic clamshell here. Go ahead and get that off. First thing we've got is his combiner foot, which is, if you already have the Brawl figure, very similar to that, just reverse. We get some ankle tilt on the figure, or on the foot, just like the Brawl piece. Get some toe tilt. I think the only thing I don't like about this is you don't have any left to right ankle rotation. We've got the tilt, we've got the toe tilt, but no kind of splaying his feet out in the combined mode. So again, just like the Brawl piece. And then of course in the box we also have his gun that mounts on his arm. And then we've got the figure itself. And then we've got the instructions and obviously several more pieces of accessories. Let's see what we've got in here. We've got his card. We've got the wheel that goes on his back. And we've got part of the mount for the missile, as well as his gun. And then we've got an extra faceplate. So I know it's a little bit difficult to see this faceplate, but it's kind of a half smile, half smirk faceplate that he's got going on. So looking at the figure itself, it's a really nice looking figure. It's a little bit weighty, very solid feeling, a very animation appearance to him. The one thing I'm not crazy about are the painted on Jeep headlights that show on his hip skirts here. Is kind of weird looking. And the fake wheels on the side. I know the real wheels fold into everything. But overall, a really nice looking figure. It looks like this plastic, it's difficult to tell if it's painted or not. It actually does look painted. The thighs look to be painted. Hands are obviously not painted. But going over looking at his articulation, he's got head rotation, head tilt up, very similar to the Brawl figure where you could get some really dynamic poses with him hunched over or kind of crouched. We do have an ab crunch, arm rotation on both sides, up. So really a good bit of articulation there. Do get past 90 degrees on the arms. Fingers, we get articulated fingers, articulated thumb, kind of the standard for Masterpiece figures. As far as hip rotation, so it looks like we've got similar articulation as far as the hips as to the Brawl figure, where the hip skirt kind of goes up. So you do get past 90 degrees here. So a good bit of articulation there. You get, it looks like you should get more than 90 degrees on the knees. So you get a good bit there. And you get some ankle tilt. You get toe tilt, as well as it looks like the full ankle tilts as well. So a good bit of articulation. The Brawl figure, in my opinion, has fantastic articulation. You can really get him into some really cool poses. And let's just take a look and compare these two guys. If we can get his legs straight again. So we put him down, and here he is kind of compared with the Brawl figure. So Brawl looks quite a bit bigger than this Swindle figure. But again, very similar articulation in these two figures. If we take a look at Swindle's height, it looks like he is right at 8 inches or so tall. So a little bit shorter than Brawl. We'll be curious to see how that works out in terms of the combiner mode, because obviously both of these first two guys that have been released are the legs of Bruticus. So I'll be curious to see how they make up for that difference in height and how that works out in the length of his legs. So overall, a really cool figure. I'm really happy with this. As I previously said, these are actually my first two Magic Square figures. I'm probably the only person that does not have the Magic Square Optimus Prime, either version of those. I've got enough of them in my collection that I just honestly never picked this guy up, but it really makes me reconsider picking up those figures. But overall, super happy with this guy. Get him in some poses, and I'll show you some more videos and comparisons of this guy. So again, thank you guys for looking. I'd love it if you would subscribe to the channel. I would love to do more of these as time goes on. And thank you for watching.